stream and make sure it's like the music isn't skipping.
Checking.
Because the music is like slightly skipping for me just sometimes. So, like, though ironically right now it's pretty fine. I just think that sometimes, I don't know, going through the computer, like...
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Okay, well, it fixed itself on my end as well, but...
I have the stream pulled up and it looks great.
Okay, cool. It's just the sound. It's just the audio of the actual game is like... Sometimes it's been skipping for me, but that's okay.
Okay.
Oh, well.
I can hear the game, and I don't have that problem, so I think it's okay.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just go, and honestly, the game volume is not... It's probably the least important part of the setup here, so... We're just gonna go for it.
Heck yeah!
Oh, Sky Garden. Heck yeah. Alright. We turned into Will. Because we were just Frieden, I do believe.
I think so.
So we're gonna be Will.
To win.
Woohoo!
These are my other glasses, by the way. They have black frames, so you can see them more. Ooh. They're a little smaller too, even though they're still pretty big. The other ones I wore last time in the like pink and blue outfit, those are my pink bigger glasses. I like these because these look more classy but still cute, and then the other ones are more like cutesy.
Glasses for every occasion.
Yeah, I got two because the website I got them from were really cheap. So I was like, oh, this is awesome. I'll just get the two.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Take that, you monster.
Get him! Oh, it's so quiet. I need to put on the Gaia tunes.
Hello, Crystal Chaos. Welcome to the stream.
Oh, hello.
Back with more Illusion of Gaia behind the scenes, or whatever you want to call this. Oh, and run into enemies. So, yep, picking right back where we left off on the Sky Gardens. Whoop.
Yeah.
Oh, he sniped me. Oh, I cannot shield the lasers. Which makes sense. Oh, I'm getting totaled. Too bad I can't fight that guy. Alright.
Hello!
Oh.
Sorry. Okay, now I'm like actually here. I was getting some music because I can't hear anything. So that's a big my bad. But yeah, it's going good. Hello! Good to see you here. But yeah, I don't know. Playing more Gaia. Woo! Remember we made a cake of this dungeon?
We did. It was amazing.
It's a good cake.
It was awesome. Wish you guys could have all eaten it.
Yeah, because I didn't eat it. I think I said this on the last stream where whenever me and Hannah would make a cake, or let me correct myself, whenever Hannah would make a cake and I would help her, we always, I don't know, I was always so sick of sugar by the time we finished that I never wanted to eat the cake. It wasn't because it was like, oh, but it's artwork and I can't eat it. No, it was more like, I just don't want anything sweet right now. It was, even though I didn't really eat anything on the way, it was just like, something about it. I don't know.
Which is fair. But yeah, it was a real fun cake to make. Just die, you sword.
I think you have to hit the sword. I don't think you're hitting the sword. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Alright. Now, move out of the way.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I do need to be Frieden. Plot twist.
Marshall. What's up, ladies?
Sup? I would like to change into the Dark Knight Frieden because he's OP. Something about Gaia, just with reading through the script again.
I barely remember the Sky Gardens from the comic, like, at all. Like,
well, and really, it's pretty verbatim. Like,
yeah,
there's not a whole lot of, like, we have, like, basically the most that we add is that we decided that Frieden, ooh, hello. Did I not have Gaia heal me? Wow, fail.
doesn't look like it. I think you forgot.
I'm going
to
back.
talk to her.
I'm going back.
Yeah.
I just was like, yeah, Frieden, I'm good. Oh, wait, I didn't actually have her heal me. Oh, okay. But, with Gaia... Oh, now I have to get this guy again. With Gaia, we made it so that, like, in the game, because Gaia is how you save, it puts a Gaia portal right in South Cape. Right in your hometown. And, which is totally well and good for a video game where Gaia is your method of saving. However, that doesn't really make sense in a non-game standpoint to have, like, Will be able to randomly see this dark space portal when he never could before in his own hometown. So what we decided to do is we actually didn't have him meet Gaia until actually it was Eidery Village. Wait.
I remember
Yeah, it was
that.
Eidery Village,
Right.
and it was like, it's like, I don't know. There's Eidery Village, and it's a small village, and there's like a house, and then there's like the hill thing, but there's also just kind of like a structure, and Gaia is kind of like in this underneath the roof of the structure. I don't know, it's kind of an outdoor structure.
Yeah,
and
well,
so
it's like that in the game too. So I think we
that's why I was trying to describe. where it is in the game, and so so we kept that
a little hidden.
Yeah. And so Will sees it for the first time in there, even though he has been to Eidery Village before. I guess, it's just awakened his ability to see this portal or whatever. But I really like the explanation that we had Gaia give to Will as far as why the heck he's the chosen one of the prophecy. Because, we had to kind of make up reasons as to why the world is actually ending. So we decided to make it so that Gaia, it's been revealed, like, it is revealed that this is the 4th time that the comet comes close to the Earth. And every time, of course, stuff gets corrupted and stuff like that, and that's bad. So we decided that, the first time this happened, that was kind of the trial run of like, oh crap, this is bad, and oh crap, this is going to happen again because it's a comet that has a cycle. So they, for the next 2 times that the comet did come close to the Earth, they basically, and this deals with what we came up with for the Dark Knights and stuff, and their origin and why they exist, why Frieden is here. But
and this was mainly your doing. Like, if I remember correctly, it was mainly you that came up with the whole like explanation for the Dark Knights and stuff.
Yeah, I did a lot of hashing out to make it kind of sort of work.
Kind of sort of work. Yeah.
Oh no, it's so difficult. I'm gonna go the other way around. Seems easier.
It does.
I'm just going for it. Too bad. I just damage
you think
boost.
you're meant to take damage, yeah.
Damage boost through it. I found the crystal ball. No fire's gonna stop me. Shoot. Okay, yeah, I didn't even get hit there. What is up?
Nope, first try.
I don't know if it was iframes or if it was
run.
just, you know, awesomeness. I'll go with the second one.
Yeah.
But anyway, Gaia explains to Will, I have been aware of this comet, and I have tried to prevent the comet from being so destructive, and in trying to subdue the comet these past 3 times, I am now in a weakened state. Just arbitrarily decided that because, you know, it's like, Gaia, why aren't you helping? Come on. And so we just kind of decided that, and Gaia also explains, like, by the way, this time, if the comet isn't stopped, then the Earth will be too far gone, and it'll be, like, super corrupted, and the life, like, all life will be corrupted this next time round. So, Will, you gotta save the world now.
This is our only chance. We're done for afterwards.
Yep.
Oh, hi, Kyle. It's so great to see you. Yeah, I'm glad you can make it this time.
Yeah, Kyle. What's up?
Oh. Also, Crystal, I don't really have, like, a schedule. I just kind of post weekly. I usually post on the weekends, at least on YouTube. I don't really have a stream schedule at all. And I've just been kind of focusing on YouTube at the moment, just because, except for this, which this isn't my channel, obviously. So Hannah Moore has the schedule of streaming every Tuesday and Fridays, and I'm just kind of tuning in on Fridays. But yeah, for now, I don't really have a stream schedule on my account, just because I'm mainly focusing on YouTube, and I just want to get some speed paints and stuff done. I really will pick up Hollow Knight back up. I will. I promise.
Hollow Knight.
I don't know when though. I don't know.
Hollow Knight.
But yeah.
Good old
Pro
Hollow
bowling.
Knight.
Interesting.
Dun 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 dun. Okay.
Look at you go. Look at you go.
Oh,
man.
oops. That's wrong.
Who is that behind me? Oh, that's my boyfriend.
He's just a creeper.
No! That's my main man.
Let's go equip and place. Yay. We got
One out
another
of 4
one.
down. Oh, 2 out of 4 down. Oops,
Yay.
I forgot that we got one last stream.
We did indeed.
Mm-hmm.
We had, so in the game, of course, you get the orbs from chests, which is very video gamey and all well and good. But
yeah, and it's repetitive. I think
yeah.
we put it a little bit more creatively in the comic.
We made it so that still there's these griffin statue thingies, and we made it so that the crystal ball like was held by one of them every time.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, like one of those statues right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like in the upside down, it was one of those cool like eagle looking things.
Yeah. So we decided to do that.
I remember that. Mm-hmm. I remember having the coolest like image in my head, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be so sick in the comic," and then we never did it.
And I remember like making kind of and I think that this was because I remember doing this, but it wasn't in the script, so it was probably like a deleted scene or whatever. But I remember writing a part where Will is like, oh my goodness, the vertigo is real, because you're like jumping into the upside down world all the time and stuff, and gravity's switching, and that wasn't in the comic, but
yeah,
I remember writing something like that.
Yeah, that might have been in the like little fun comics.
Yeah, it might have been like a mini comic or
comics.
something.
Yeah, because I do remember that too.
Yeah.
Which is like, That's so Will. At least the way we would write Will was very dorky. Like he would make a point to talk about that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I need to psycho dash those. Okay, well. Time to
where
be...
did we meet? So funny that you ask.
So, best friends forever because I... Do you want to tell or do you want me to tell?
Sure, I'll talk about it. Yeah, so we both grew up in the LDS church. And in the LDS church there's girls camp when you turn 12 and up. And so our first year at girls camp, we went on a hike, coincidentally, very fittingly enough, called the Friendship Loop. And and even though we were from different like wards or sections, everybody that was of the same year or age went on this hike. So, or just was a part of the girls' camp in groups anyways. So yeah, we were both on this hike, and I think it was me or you. I think it was me that was wearing a yellow Pokemon shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you were like, hey, I like your shirt. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you like Pokemon? And we started talking about Pokemon.
And then the rest is history.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, we started talking about video games, and it's like, I think we just had an instant click because me and Hannah we were like the only tomboys in all of girls camp, really, that liked video games and stuff like that. I know I don't look super tomboyish right now, but it's more of a recent thing that I'm trying to look more feminine. But anyway. But yeah, we were very boyish. I was very boyish growing up. And so talking about video games and stuff like that as kids, we just clicked immediately. And I remember at the end of the hike, we're going back to the camp, and there's this creek that runs along the camp. And we just kind of stopped. Everybody, I don't know how we got away with this actually, now that I think about it. Everybody, including the cabin moms and everything, just kept going. Just left us. It was like, oh, we're in camp, they'll get their way back, kind of thing. And we're like on the outskirts of the camp. And like, so we just went down to this lake and ate lunch because you had your backpacks there. And we just kept talking and talking. We like skipped a bunch of classes. And I think shower? I don't know, because you were allowed to have one shower at camp, and we were given like a designated time. I think I took one shower eventually later, but not when I was supposed to. We were like kind of like those campers, you know, like the kids that would kind of make trouble.
We were rebellious, but didn't cause any real trouble. Like, we didn't pull pranks or anything like that, but it was more like, we're gonna ditch everything.
Yeah, it's
and
so
nobody's
stupid.
gonna know where we are.
Yeah, we wouldn't tell anybody. Yeah, it was like, because girls' camp was such a pain in where, like, every hour was scheduled to have some kind of class, and it was never something cool like let's learn how to build a fire, or like knots, or let's identify wild plants or anything like that, like the Cub Scouts and stuff would do with the boys. No, girls had like, let's knit sweaters, and like let's glue little useless artsy things on like a wood block.
Yeah.
Like, why? That's so stupid. Like, teach me how to camp, like, for real. But anyways, it was
that's why 4L year was the best.
It was the best year because it was the only year we went actual camping. But yeah, so because of all these stupid, like, super frou-frou girly classes, me and Hannah were never really interested in it. We were like, we just want to go to the creek and like explore the forest. So that's what we would do. We would just ditch these classes. Sometimes we'd be gone for like 3 hours or more, where none of the adults knew where we were, and we would just talk about video games and hang out and enjoy the forest and nature together. And it was really, really awesome. And it scared the living daylights out of a lot of the cabin moms, the leaders, you know, these little 12-year-olds would just disappear off into the bush. But it was really, really cool for us.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's totally how we met. It was at girls'
Yep.
camp.
And then we did that every following year too.
Yep. And for the first like 3 years or so, we didn't really have a way to, I don't know, see each other outside of girls' camp. We never really swapped numbers. We never, like, neither of us had a cell phone at the time. And so it's just kind of like, and we lived far enough away that, like, yeah, we went to girls' camp together, but other church activities we didn't really go to together. And we weren't old enough at that point for, like, combined activities to be a thing. Anyway, so also I'm like, where do I go now?
I have not been paying attention to the gameplay.
No, it's okay. Maybe I'll just try going, like, in the other... Oops. Unless... Oh! I found it. I found it. I found it, everybody. Okay, but anywho...
Good job.
Oh, no, that's probably good. Because it switches. Oh, also I can go over here. Give me an herb!
Yeah, that should be good for the overworld.
Fine. That's fine.
I think it flips the overworld too.
Yeah.
The right side up, I guess, world.
Whoop. Go!
Yeah, we kind of became infamous for ditching classes and stupid events to just go and explore down the creek and talk about video games and stuff.
It's
and
true stories.
Yeah, it wasn't until like later, because me and Hannah, we went to different schools. We were at different church buildings, and yeah, and then we lived like a good, I don't know. It's like, as an adult, actually, it's like 20 minutes away. We weren't that far away.
Not even. It's like 10 minutes. It's like
it's
10 minutes
short.
away. But
like,
you know,
as a kid,
when you don't have your own transportation, then you may as well live on the other side of the city, because I don't know. You just can't get yourself places.
Yeah.
Okay.
But eventually, you know, we started hanging out more and more, and we mainly hung out at Hannah's place. And then Hannah and her family kind of became like my second family. Like sometimes I would like practically live over there growing up as a kid.
Fun stuff.
Well, it's like, the thing is, we've been friends since we were 12. So that's over a dozen years. It's, oh my gosh, is that 14 years? I think so.
Yeah, something. That's like longer. We have known each other longer than we have not known each other.
Yeah.
Which feels about right. Oh, I can't hit the thing without locking myself in.
Oh, yeah, you need Frieden here. But yeah, we kind of stayed in contact just because, so both me and Hannah are more, I want to say, low maintenance friends. Even though we're like best friends and really close, we can also like not talk to each other for like 6 months, and that's okay. You know, like we know that we're still like very, very close and best friends, even despite the like, I guess the disappearance, I suppose. So yeah, and also I just suck at reaching out. But yeah, so we just kind of stayed in contact because like there was other things that, you know, kept us really close outside once we stopped going to girls' camp eventually.
Like actually music, we bonded over music a lot as well.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Because we both play instruments. Alyssa plays the violin and I play the trombone. So
yeah.
And we did super weird, awesome duets together. Where you wouldn't think a trombone and also violin. I like went somewhere and I don't know where I'm going now. I was just kind of going. I was trying to get to the other portal.
It's hard to commentate while you play a video game. You know what I mean? Like you'd like lose track of multitasking.
Like, wait, where am I going?
Yeah.
I need to actually think.
But yeah, so we bonded over music, and then, you know, things like the Illusion of Gaia comic like this. And then of course other video games and stuff too, because we would play a lot of video games. But yeah, it's Illusion of Gaia comic really kept us close. Just working on this huge project together, and then after the comic stopped, roleplay, yeah, so it's like even when Hannah went to college and even went on a mission, and I didn't go on a mission and I didn't go to college, and I actually kind of more strayed away from the church, it's like we're very close, just because we've known each other for so long. We love each other so much as best friends, and we just have still so many things connecting us, So, I mean, heck, another thing too is that like Hannah still lives in Arizona. Even when I was living in Arizona, she moved up to Flagstaff, which is like good 3 hours away, and for college. And then I'm in Oregon now. She's in Arizona.
And not to mention, I went and served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for a year and a half. So that also was like, I was in the Midwest, and, only communication with Alyssa at that point was letters, like snail mail, and email. That's it.
It was like every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I want to say it was a new letter. And so you'd get a new letter like every week, because one would be like from 2 weeks before, and then one would be like a week before or something like that. Oh, that's crazy. I can't believe like how archaic we were forced to communicate because of the mission.
I know. And like,
that's so crazy.
And like, so I don't know. In my family, we had about a 5-year span of like my siblings, including me, being on missions. And then like right after the missions of my family were done, then the church was like, oh, by the way, now you parents can talk to your kid like whenever you want using Skype. And mom's just like, are you kidding me?
What the heck? Yeah, what the heck? Yeah, that sucks.
So she's like,
at least,
where was that announcement when you were on your mission? Because I'm her only daughter, so we have a really special connection. So it was like definitely the hardest on my mom when I was gone versus when my brothers were gone. But anyway.
But yeah, it's crazy. So I guess it's like against all odds of like going in very different directions in our life, living in different places, even just different directions for religion. It's like we've always stayed connected as best friends. And I don't think that's ever gonna change.
Yeah, and at the risk of this being cheesy, but it really happened. Like when I went off to college, we had a pretty tearful, like, oh my goodness, this is like the end of like us being able to hang out literally all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
And we knew that our lives from then on would be,
we're kind of going in different ways.
The trajectories were going off, which is true, when somebody leaves
it's
for
like
college.
I'm in Oregon.
Yeah. So yeah, now like, life was and then college was the first. And so that was like really impactful for now our lives are like this, but like we still anyway, we're used to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, it's kind of like a low maintenance best friendship kind of thing, because it's like, again, we sometimes won't even talk to each other for like 6 months, but then we'll have like a phone call and we'll be like, oh hey, as if we've never stopped talking, kind of thing. Because I think we're just such a close bond.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was neat.
Oh, no, I don't want to go down. I mean up. I mean,
upside down, right side up. Oh gosh.
Oh, vertigo.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Ah. Oh my goodness gracious. But what a jerk. I'm gonna punch you with my sword. Punch you with my sword.
That makes
show
sense.
your face.
It's so funny how it like scooped him closer to you, like he, instead of pushing him away, it's like he came really close up.
Okay. Can I? Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, fine. What was I even saying before? I don't remember.
You were talking about the like whole prophecy thing with Illusion of Gaia.
Oh
and
no, well I was
the Dark
talking
Knights
about
and Light
the
Knights.
cheesy thing. I was talking about, at the risk of this being cheesy, just to finish
sorry, I went way before that.
No, I mean, well, we'll circle back to that too. Where was the thing that I need to like charge my thing? Oh, whatever, we'll find it eventually. But anyways, when we did kind of make that goodbye after I, you know, hung out that last time before leaving for college, then basically we made a promise to each other to never ever stop being best friends, like best friends forever. So, and I would say,
so corny and amazing.
I know, that's so cheesy, but it
So
happened.
good.
It really
It
did
did.
happen. So, and here
It
we
did.
are.
Here we are, yeah, man.
Oh,
26 years old.
no, I jumped again. No.
That's so real.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, it's not this way. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Gaia does a good job at keeping things, you know, if you're not paying attention, then you're gonna go in circles, obviously.
Yeah. Especially with the later dungeons like this. Where it's like, this dungeon is literally a puzzle, the whole thing.
So we're gonna hit this, and now we're gonna go over here. And
actually,
now...
you know, this puzzle dungeon is actually really unique. It's not so much like, find the one thing to unlock the next thing. It's literally like, you have to keep track of the pillars that go up and down.
Spatial
you know?
awareness. That's like...
It's really creative.
Spatial awareness and like retention of like, oh, if this happens, then, oh, those things are switchy, so if I switch this here and it's up here, it'll be down there, and then I can go. So,
right?
It's
yeah.
cool.
It's a really
sweet.
cool idea. I like it a lot.
Ha! Hee-ya! Yeah.
Wow! 8 of you guys! Wow! That's amazing! Welcome, everybody! It's good to have you all! Hey! What's up, buddy? That's so great. That's so wonderful. It's so great to have you all here. Is this the most people you've had? 8 people?
8 people? Wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
it
8
says
people?
only 3 right here. I don't know why.
Oh, really? It says 8 on mine.
No, I still can't go. Sad days. I don't know why.
Hey, ayo.
Oh, it's because I need to do the... Wah. That's what I need to do.
How was everybody doing today?
I know that I'm doing awesome.
Heck yeah. Oh, you're having bad connection issues? Oh, man, that sucks.
No, sad days.
No!
I'm so sorry. Yeah, sad days. Like, I think, like, for all intents and purposes, I feel like our internet should be good enough to stream, but maybe it's, like, a little bit too crappy. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not having any problems. And I'm watching the stream because I can't see your screen, so...
Yeah.
Or obviously your game, so...
I think it just kind of hit and miss, I guess.
I don't know.
So, sorry that you're having connection issues.
Yeah.
It's so... Just jump up there, Will. Just climb, hoist yourself.
I know, just use your arms and legs.
I remember we had a mini comic actually in reference to this
Did we?
right here, where
Oh,
you know
that's
it
good.
has the things that are blocking you from, and he's just like, "Dang it, you know, so close yet so far away. Why
So
can't I just
far.
climb these? That would just be against my code. I don't know.
It's against my
Though we
coding.
did also
Invisible walls.
we did also have, and this one was pretty cute and dorky or whatever too. So like, you saw me sidle along the wall earlier, during that one part. That is, you know, something that does happen in this dungeon specifically. And so we had in the mini comic, like, Will breaks fourth wall semi-often
All the time.
in
Yeah.
in
for
our
sure.
comic that we did, and he was like, "All right, invisible wall, I'm counting on you to like make sure that he doesn't fall off and
Oh,
like
yeah.
into his death on the Nazca plains." And
Yeah.
then he makes it across, and he's like, "Thanks, invisible wall, you're the best."
He's saving me. Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so
Man, it's like every time we talk about the Gaia comic, it's like I said this last time, where I'm just like, man, I love that thing, even though it's so old and we could probably do a lot
It's
better
very
now.
old.
It's like I really do love the Gaia comic so much and the script that we put together, and it's like, you know, there's always this little voice in the back of my mind that's like, you know, I mean, you know, like, maybe you can do it still. And I'm like, no, no, like, no, I can't. Just a little bit of spirit left, I think, in the comic that pulls me to want to make the Gaia comic even still to this day.
yeah.
And it's like, no, I got more important things to do, sadly. But
I just
man.
want to go up.
sometimes I do miss the days where, like, I would just draw, like, without, you know, the urge to, like, or without the requirement, rather, of making full illustrations. And it's like, I mean, I can. There's nothing on it, because it's like, sometimes people ask me, they're like, well, what? Maybe you could draw your sketches and stuff, or like share your sketches and post those. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Everything I post on YouTube is what I actually draw. I don't draw anything outside of what I post, pretty much. And it's like, I don't know. It's like this. It's really stupid. It's a stupid stigma that I've given myself. That where, like, I feel like I can't draw unless it's for a video, or for a commission or something. It's really dumb. So I never draw, like, just little fun doodles. Like, I never draw original characters. I never draw, like, Will or anything, even though it sounds fun. It's really stupid. I really should. But
Tisk.
I know.
That's all
such a
I have
problem.
to say.
I know. Where it's like, I
Tisk.
remember, like, that was probably one of the best things, one of the only good things I think school would give me, which is time to sketch and doodle during class, senseless drawings, and not actually pay attention. Because, you know, it's like I'm gonna be sitting in this class for 3 hours, you know, if it's college. I guess an hour if it's high school or whatever. And it's like, I'm bored, especially if I already know everything. I'm just gonna doodle and stuff, and, you know what I mean? I used to draw so much more, like, little things back then.
Oh, he got in me.
Oh, man. Oh, boy, there's so many.
No.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
You
no.
got me on the retract.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
boy.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
okay.
Ooh, dragged him forward, too.
Huh,
Okay.
Oh, now he's gonna come get me.
Yeah, no, you're right, Crystal Chaos. I totally could do, like, a sketch dump kind of thing. I really could.
Yeah.
Again, it's like, it's a stupid mentality that I've given myself doing YouTube and contract work for so many years. I really should try to break out of it.
Well, and I still feel this way, but it was maybe a little bit more relevant when we, like, lived closer and, like, actually wasn't hung out in person more.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I always, like, oh, hello, okay, oh, I don't care about the text. I just care about destroying that thing. Okay. Alright, now I can care about the text. Boop. When you step on this tile, it makes a sound. Not gonna actually just make the sound. I'm gonna tell you. It's making a sound.
Maybe they're like, we really want the audience to know this is important. Like, you know what I mean? Like the player, because it's like maybe if they just gave it a sound, maybe they were worried. They were like, oh, it's just kind of like an atmospheric sound. It's like, no, the sound is really important.
Sound. Sound. But I don't know what to...
So
I don't even remember this tile. Do you remember this tile? I don't even remember this tile.
Yeah, actually, I do remember this tile. You need to drag a big statue armor. The one with the
that
sword.
was like gonna be what I, tried to find next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there he be.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, now it's raise that up so we can go
To the Lord.
Yeah. Whoop.
There you go.
Oh, well. Oh, hello, fire. Oh, hello, fire again. Oh.
I really like how aggressive Will's arms are thrown when he runs. Like, he's just so like...
Oh, yeah, but what I was saying,
you know
like...
what I mean?
Yeah.
Go on, sorry. Yeah.
But,
Go on, sorry.
When I was, like, I don't know, around Alyssa, and she would, like, do her, like, drawings, and so I would be able to, like, witness her do just, a simple drawing that takes 2 seconds, but it's, like, way better than anything that I could have done, and just throw this together, and I just always felt so, like, see, this is my best friend, and she's super talented, so...
Aw, you're so sweet.
I felt like I was friends with, like, a famous person, and now I kind of am. Low-key.
I'm not, though.
Low-key.
No, I'm not. That's really funny, though. Also, you don't give yourself enough credit. It's like, I've been drawing since I was, like, 4.
Well, I have never aspired to be a full-blown artist, so I do have, like, some raw talent for artistry. But
yeah, man.
I do
your
not.
Cake skills are legendary. Like,
well, thank you.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, I could work in so many mediums. Literally, I could do acrylic, water, oil, clay, whatever, and it's obviously digital, and all these other mediums and like whatever. The list goes on. Charcoal, pencil, blah blah blah. But like when it comes to using what is it called? Frosting. For cake decorating, I am useless. I literally can't do anything. And then here's Hannah making all these crazy extravagant shapes for like something like grass, like making grass. And it's like, it looks so good. And I just don't know how you do it. Like in my head, it makes sense. And I understand the concept of how it's done, but it's like, I just can't do it though. Where like you're just so good, and the thing is, it's not like you put 10 years into cake decorating. You just picked it up one day, and you could it was so natural. And
like I guess, but I definitely started somewhere with my cake decorating. I remember kind of the spark of like why I wanted to decorate cakes is because it was in 6th grade. And my class was having like a Halloween party, and my dad, we were all invited to bring treats, and so we made some like cute Halloween cakes, and one was like a Frankenstein where it was big rectangle cake and then just green, and then like Tootsie Rolls for the like neck bolts or whatever, and then I don't know, just draw a face on there. Boom, it's Frankenstein. And then also we did a bundt cake, and we made it was a pumpkin, and Dad, he did like the leaves the frosting leaves and they looked like real leaves. I was like, what? How'd you
Yeah.
do that? And then Dad was like, oh, like this, see? And then I'm like, wow, I totally want to make leaves like that one day. And anyway, so that was kind of the spark. And
That's awesome.
yeah, so that's what made me I think want to pursue cake decorating. You know, it was a pretty gradual
cool.
process. But each cake I got better, I learned more things. One of the things that I pride myself in is like being able to work with what I have. So I may not have the best tools at my disposal, but the tools that I do have, I use very well and can make the most out of them. So yeah, that's like, I don't know, what I pride myself in, because I'm definitely not like that lady who's on that random Facebook video that you always get that's like, here's this pristine thing and it's gonna be this fast video, the sped up video of me just doing these perfect intricate, no, like, I mess up all the time, and I learn how to undo my mistake or like go over my mistake. Anyway.
Yeah, or make it not into a mistake.
Right, you know? Yeah, fix it so that it, you know, it's, okay, I'm gonna make this now intentional. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, it's really cool. Your cake decorating is amazing. I could do so many mediums, and I am literally worthless when it comes to decorating cakes. I still remember one time, after we had done a couple of cakes together, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna decorate Caitlin's cake for her birthday, and I had this really awesome like corset-looking idea in my head, with like roses and stuff, and it was a travesty. Like it was like I was so embarrassed. I was like, just don't look at this.
Don't look away.
Just
eat it quickly. So don't look at it. Cut into
so
it.
Bad.
Oh,
and it's like, I don't even understand how I made it so bad. Like looking back on it, I'm like, how did I make it look so bad? Like it was so bad. It was so funny. It's so funny.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
That's really funny.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it's definitely, cake making is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, man.
Oh boy, you die.
Dude, it's surprisingly sometimes really stressful, actually.
Oh yeah,
cakes.
I get stressed out when I make cakes, man.
Yeah, I know you get stressed really bad, yeah.
Because I just feel like I have to, because you're on kind of a time crunch to do it, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, because you don't want the cake to get, like, dry or bad or whatever. It's...
And, like, transporting the cake and, like, maneuvering the cake is really stressful sometimes, because if it breaks, and then it's like, ah... Anyway. A whole nother thing.
Yeah, it's wild.
Oh boy.
It's one of those things that you really don't think is all that difficult, and then you do it and you're like, wow, I gained so much more respect for people that do this, because it is very difficult. It's cool. Have you been to that middle section yet?
No, I haven't. I'm going to.
Okay.
That is on my to-do list right now. Okay, stop. Oh wait. Okay, now I have to go over there, and then I have to stop my momentum.
Yeah, you gotta like pull back.
I do not go all the way. Okay, stop. Oh, I have to actually actively hold the
you
left
gotta hold
button.
back.
All right, again. Again.
One more time, one more time.
Whoop. Pillars, you in my way.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would eat myself if I was a cake.
She doesn't even eat the cake after she's done making it.
I know, you're right. I don't even eat the cake when I'm done making it. You're right.
I did it. I stopped my momentum. Oh,
nice.
Oh. Get out of here, you. I'm gonna be ready for the next one. Oh. Well. He hurt me anyway. Because my beam pushed him forward
Closer to you,
somehow.
yeah.
Oh, well.
It's so funny how it does that sometimes. I don't know why.
Yeah. I think because it registers as, like, it goes. Oh, you're not dead yet. It goes, and then it, like, hits, you know, it goes, but then when it actually activates the hitbox, then it's, like, on the other side of the enemy, and so then it puts it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but.
I think you do. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah. And it kind of hooks it a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Something.
yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy. Fire. Oh, here's the... Okay. We're going to not run into the fire. And go down here. Oh, maybe we want to go over there.
Man, that would be so terrifying to jump off the cliff and just feel the gravity change.
Yeah, what?
That takes some, like, I don't know, some guts, man, to
So
just jump at all.
Yeah, what we had Will do, actually, is because, yes, the moon spirit or whatever says, oh, when you jump off the thing, then the gravity will take you to the upside down and it's fine. Well, why would you trust a shady moon spirit? Come on. So, oh...
Terrifying, man.
Lame. So, what we had Will do is there's those blue thingies, robots that shoot their arms, and we basically have Will throw a part of the robot and into the upside down area, and he hears a clunk, you know, and so he knows that it made it.
It came around and right.
So
you know, I think if we were going to write the Illusion of Gaia comic nowadays, I think what I would rather him do is fight one of the guys and like maybe he get thrown off and like he comes around back on the upside down. Ooh. And he's like, whoa. You know, just make it like that way it like wraps up the combat with the enemies of the location while also him discovering it in a lot more like mystical way rather than like let's it okay it works, let's go, you know, kind of thing. Also it would be really cool if we had Will like look around the right side up part and he like, you know, he progresses as far as he can, but you know, and then eventually he kind of hits a standstill. He's like, what the heck do I do? Like I can't, there's nothing else for me to do here. You know what I mean? And then like when he gets thrown off from the fight and he, you know, comes around to the upside down world, he's like, oh, so this is everything I'm supposed to do, you know, and it all clicks. That would have been really cool. Because then it like, I think the flow of the comic would make more sense, and like it would also what was it, bring around, I'm sorry, I get distracted in chat. What was it? Yeah. So yeah, I think doing all those things, it kind of kills three birds with one stone, and then which would help the progression of writing, especially because comics are a lot more slow. You know, because it's all panels, it's not text. But also kind of making it feel very mysterious and like whimsical rather than just like, you know, a spirit telling you something. Because, you know, it's, you want to show, don't tell, even in comics. And a spirit telling you. Yeah, really,
you
right?
Actually have pictures.
Right? Yeah. And then, so having a ghost spirit literally tell you, you know, that's not show, don't tell. That's literally telling. So that, you know, makes it not as immersive, I think. And like I think we still could have like incorporated the moon spirit, just maybe in a not so like tutorial-esque video game way. I think.
I agree. And we decided that something else that we decided that I think we just decided this was that the moon tribe spirits, they originated from here, which is the Sky Gardens, which we decided used to be the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. And so the Moon Tribe is the leftover people of that civilization who was changed by the light of the comet. And they, instead of turning into like creatures like these, they turned into those spirit things. It just happenstance. Cool. And so they were just one of the lucky ones to actually like kind of keep rational thought. But anyway, that's like what we did. And even like when you see the moon spirits or whatever in Eidery Village, we decided that those are people still from here, from the Sky Gardens, from the Babylon place.
Right.
Just because we decided that. Because we were like, why are they both in both places? And the people, the Moon Tribe spirit people, they do say that this is like a mode of transportation. Like these actual gardens themselves, they, as you can see, they're in the air, and they like travel.
Oh right, it's a mean of travel.
Places.
It's like a bus stop.
Right, yeah. And so we actually, like, we also made it in the comic where it was like Will got sucked up in there, but then the Sky Gardens shortly afterward teleported to a different place. And like right now, if you go into the right side up world, you see the condor, which by the way is like super freaking cool that you can like see the condor on the ground. And but what we did in the comic was he like went into dark space, and then like he came out as Frieden, but then he like looked down and there was the ocean, and he's like, what the, we moved? It's like, yep, I guess we must have teleported. And then that kind of gives a little bit of a more explanation as to the next part where, you know, Will fights the boss Viper, but then they like fall into the ocean, and you're like, when did the ocean get here?
Right, yeah, because you fall, and then you arrive at Mew, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we did in the comic.
That's cool. Yeah, no, totally. That makes a lot of sense.
Let's go this way. Hoo-ah. How we get? Just jump. Jump up there. You can do it.
You can do it, Will. It's just a small little step.
Just, you know, just hoist on up there. Not that difficult, but apparently it is because video game logic. Oh well. Whoop. That's nothing. Used to be enemies. Eh. I wish you would move out of the way, you statue. Oh, can I like...
No, I don't think you can move that one.
Oh, but I can, but... Do I need to be Frieden?
I think you...
Get...
maybe? I think you have...
like,
yeah, you have to... Yeah, you have to be Frieden to get the sword, and then move it over to the button, and then the eagle statue will disappear. Come on, Will! He's short little reach. Short little kid reach. Or he's not literally that young. I don't know how old he is, but we made him like a teenager.
We made him like 17-ish.
Wow, do we really make him that old? I thought he was younger.
Okay, well, 16 in... We decided that a year went by between, like, this adventure and then, the As Pure as Black, like, series. So. Right,
yes. Because I remember in As Pure as Black, I thought he was 17 or 18.
I do believe, yeah, like, there is a place in that
He's a dwarf.
portal.
He's short. Me too, though.
So Legend of Mana, actually, I do believe that the Legend of Mana was made by the same company, which is
is it Square?
Square Enix. Back when they were like Square Enix. And I believe they made
anymore.
Secret of Mana too. So that's probably why you see
some
similarities.
parallels. That's cool. I actually did not know that because I've never played Secret of Mana. I need to though.
I've had my eye on Secret of Mana, but I haven't actually like made the plunge or really committed to anything. But seems legit. Seems legit. Go wee. Oh. Well.
I'm terrible, and I still haven't even played Soul Blazer or Terranigma yet.
Well, life gets in the way. I feel like I will never. So, I did the same thing. So, my brother is awesome. And first of all, he speaks Japanese, which is awesome. Because he's been
that makes sense. Okay, sorry.
obsessed with he's been obsessed with the Japanese culture since middle school. And so anyway, so he's big fan. He learned Japanese. He went and served for the church in Japan. And he went on a trip there, a spring break one time. And he got me Terranigma, as well as like a system to play it on. And he spent
But it's all in Japanese, right? Like,
it's all in Japanese. Like, I can't even read this stinking thing. But, I mean, it's not like there's a lot of text that you, like, actually need to be able to read it in order to actually play the game. Like, you can play it and not read it. There is some, like, stuff that, you know, how do I equip stuff? And then you figure it out, and then it's fine. Here we are. I knew there was...
You gave me a copy of Terranigma. Is it?
I did. And
is it Japanese or is it not? It's in English.
I gave
you
the one that's in English because you don't have a Japanese-speaking brother.
I don't.
So
I kind of have a Japanese-speaking sister, but she's not fluent like Noah is.
Yeah, as well as there's like in Japanese, and I think a lot of languages that have like characters. There's like characters that correspond to English letters, but then there's also characters that are called kanji that are totally different. And
because there's like kanji and then there's katakana and the other one I'm forgetting the name of. There's a lot.
And there's like no hard fast rules for them. Like there's kind of, sort of, but you just kind of have to commit them to memory. And so he actually Terranigma or Tenchisozo, as he would maybe give the correct inflection. I don't know. I like to say things like in their correct like inflection, but sometimes I probably am bad at it. But yeah,
I don't know.
Tenchisozo is creation of heaven and earth. That is the literal translation of the game. So
that's neat.
Yeah.
That's neat.
And
like that alone could be like a title. Why do they name it Terranigma? I don't even know what that means. Maybe that's what that means. I don't know.
Yeah.
That doesn't. I don't know.
Doesn't actually mean anything. It's fine. But yeah. So I think that the only way that I'm going to end up playing the game is like
hiragana, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the third one.
There's hiragana and katakana.
Yeah, and then there's kanji.
Yeah, kanji.
I could not remember the third one. Thanks for reminding me. I was like, what is the
And then,
Yeah.
like, if I recall correctly, hiragana, like, one of them is for, like, writing stuff that's, like, referring to foreign stuff. And one of them is for writing stuff that's, like, not foreign, like, local. I don't know why.
I have no idea.
And I don't remember which one is which.
I have no idea. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool though. Yeah, I don't. I'm sure Caitlin could probably tell me some things. And Caitlin has told me some things. But I have honestly no idea. It would be really cool to brush up on Japanese, just because I'm one of the many people that also want to visit Japan. You know what I mean? And I also feel like it's really lame and even rude to like visit a different country without brushing up on that country's language, you know, and just kind of expecting them to know English. So it's like I would like to learn at least basic Japanese before I go, just so that I can communicate as much as I can.
Yeah.
And be respectful at the same time.
And it's cool that you have like resources to do that. Like you do have your sister Caitlin, who did go there, and so kind of knows, you know, she can give you the inside scoop of like, when you go there, you might notice this or whatever.
Yeah, totally. And she's actually already given me some tips, which is cool because I've saved them, because there's no way I'm gonna remember them now, like if I brush up on now. But yeah, I'm like, oh, that's really important and useful, and you know, because she's like studied abroad out there and stuff, and I believe she plans on going back, but.
Oh, which one? I don't remember.
Oh, okay. So Terranigma means Earth Mystery Illusion, essentially. That's cool.
That's
so neat.
Sweet.
Did you just know that, or did you like look into it? Did you like Google that? I just know these things.
Just trust me. All right.
That's
I think
really
we want to go up top because we can jump down. Woo! Yeah. Oh. Well, okay, I mean, that's still good. I found an herb. An herb.
A herb.
An herb. Okay, well, we gotta fight that. Oh, hello. Guess I hurt you enough. Well, let's go again. How did I get over there the first time?
Again, I have not been paying attention to the gameplay.
Trying to remember. That's
at
okay.
all.
No, because like, I mean, it's fine. I think it's down here. Or yeah.
I mean, I think you're right, because you had to do the button with the statue getting away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, did it. Get off of there. Yeah, what's up? Poor manti.
Really? That's so cool. That's really neat.
I found the crystal ball, y'all.
Did we put the crystal ball with the statue for this one in the comic, or did we just put it to one of the griffins?
So, what we did for the last one, actually, is, because, I don't know, I researched the Hanging Sky Gardens a little bit, and they had these mechanisms that would bring water up so that the water could then be poured down, like, across all the terraces or whatever the terminology is of all of the plants that hang. And so we like had one of those mechanisms, and it was like stuck in there somehow. I don't know, it was kind of weird and just inserted in there, and I didn't really like it when I read it, but that's what we did.
I mean, there's been quite a few things looking back on what we did as teenagers, being like, I didn't really like that, but that's what we did.
Yeah. So there we go.
You
that's
know,
what happened.
that young and cringiness that you don't realize is cringiness when you're a teenager and you're a kid, but then you're an adult and you're like, oh, that's kind of cringe.
Yeah. As well
Yeah.
as sometimes, I mean, there's definitely, we rewrote the Gaia script, certain parts of it a lot of times. So I'm sure that, and the Sky Gardens was kind of one of those parts that we didn't do very, it was the later part, so we didn't like go back to it and reread it a bunch. So it was, if we had gotten further in the Gaia script and then it was like, oh, we're gonna see the Sky Gardens again with new eyes and read it and see how good it is, then we probably would have caught stuff like that. But we just didn't get that far, so. Oh,
yeah, totally.
yeah.
Absolutely. You're totally right. And it's like one of those things where, yeah, we rewrote the beginning a lot for that reason. And then, yeah, the later stuff, we didn't so much for that reason. And I feel like, we wrote a lot, like a lot more than we needed to in order to start the actual drawing comic. And I wonder if we went about it differently, if we would have actually gotten somewhere far. I don't think we would have finished, but I think maybe I would have drawn more, or maybe not though, because like I said last stream, I was biting off way too much, way more than I could chew, because I was treating each panel like an illustration, not like a comic panel that should be efficient and quick.
By the way, this is Viper.
Yeah, this is Viper.
He's pretty sweet. We did not write a fight for him.
No, but I had it in my head. And I still remember bits from it. And
do tell.
And it's cool. I remember. So this is one of probably the easier fights in the game. I mean, look, you're almost done.
I literally.
Oh yeah, we also made Will fight Viper.
We did. It was just kind of arbitrary. Like what? Well, I don't know. We had it so that like our in-comic reason for Will fighting Viper was that Frieden knew Viper before because he is familiar with the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, and he was familiar with it in its glory days because he's from way back when and was just preserved in that statue as a spirit or whatever. And yeah,
I don't remember this at all.
That's what we decided. And so he's like, he's been there before, he's been to the Hanging Gardens of Babylon when it wasn't like this, when it was in its prime. So he was able to, like, in the comic, tell Will a little bit about, hey, look, this thing used to be like this, blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, Viper is, like, a good being, and really,
and then
the only reason... Actually, no. The only reason that he is fighting you is because he's literally trying to protect the Mystic Statue. So, to make sure it doesn't, like, I am going to protect this with my life, So, and obviously there's no exchange in words, and Will doesn't know, hey, I need to, take this to save the world. Like, he's not gonna converse with this thing, he's just gonna beat it up. So
wow, yeah, I think we could have written that better.
Yeah,
I like kind of the idea though.
Yeah, so Frieden was like, I cannot fight this being, you do what you need to do, but this is where I end. It's like, oh, okay.
That's so weird.
It's so arbitrary. I don't know.
Dumb.
So,
yeah, we could do that so much better. Oh man, yeah, I could do that so much better.
I know.
Anyway. Yeah, man, we were young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I remember the fight that I had in my head for it was cool. This is one of the easier boss fights in the entire game. In fact, the probably easiest boss fight in the game.
I would say so.
And
like, I wasn't trying at all.
Yeah, no, like you could do it brain dead, and it's like I made Viper really, really freaking aggressive, like super crazy aggressive in my head, like, you know, I don't know, like chasing Will down and like clawing up the floor, which is all crystal and stuff, and like, I don't know, I just remember it was really neat in my head. Man,
Look at
though.
the little. Oh shoot! I dropped a contact. The stupidest, most hilarious line
Oh yeah.
ever, which we kept
Yeah.
because we can't not keep that. You what, idiot? Will is for sure doomed now. Just
Right.
try again. Try again.
Also, physics don't work that way. I
No.
think I remember talking about it too. You know how Will jumps off of the falling platform and Will drops faster than the platform? That's not how physics work. Everything drops at the same speed from gravity. It's only just it's wind resistance that makes something fall not as fast. I think I would have been a stickler and kept that in mind for the comic if we were to write it now.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
what
I
we drop.
like how Lance
Yeah.
is like, I'm on the back of this plane. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, just Freebird, just like hanging 10.
Yeah, he's just like, woo! Like,
Yeah.
he's just, like, surfing, big surfing.
I mean, like, Will being on top, that, like, makes sense. Like, why are you back
Yeah.
there? Like,
Right.
You gonna fall off, Lance.
Dude, all of them are gonna die. All of them are gonna die. Like, look at them! All gonna die.
We also, again, arbitrary. We made it so that, they ran out of gas. And it, like, I don't know, the fuel thingy, like, was broken. So it was, like, it displayed less gas, or more gas than there actually was, or something. And so they ran out of gas, and that's why they into the... Which, I mean, I guess that's not too bad.
Yeah, that
That's-
makes a bit more sense.
At least, maybe I don't know. I
Is
don't
that
remember.
not what happens in the game? I thought that is what happens. Or maybe not.
I don't remember. I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
see, look, the plane kind of shakes and then falls. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they do run out of gas.
Yeah.
And they had to, yeah.
Always something is missing, or it just shorted out. Nobody's perfect. We're all
Something
gonna
is-
die, but nobody's perfect, so we can't blame no one.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess in the game, the plane just pooped out, I guess.
I
Because
guess so.
Neil is an inventor and he's not a flawless inventor. I love the Ocean Palace. The design for
The
it.
Seaside Palace is the
Yeah,
best.
Seaside Palace.
And we
It's so
made it very, like, I was reading it, and the pride and joy that we have in the comic really is, I guess you could say there's three. One, figuring out that dumb ink and gold ship and making it somewhat make sense.
Yeah.
B, the slave trade and all we did with that. And C, the Seaside Palace. And this is how far we got. We finished the Seaside
we
Palace
stopped after this.
script, and then we didn't continue because that's when As Pure as Black started
Began.
happening.
Yeah, and I was getting really burnt out on the project. And I think what was the last nail in the coffin for me was, I've mentioned this in past streams before, where writing for dungeons sucks. It's such a challenge and it's so hard. And you know, we got through this whole Seaside Palace part, which is before the dungeon of Mew, right after we got finished with the Sky Garden Temple, which was a hard dungeon to write for. So it's like we just finished the Sky Garden Temple, which was a chore to get through, and then we had some time to relax on the Seaside Palace, because the Seaside Palace, what we're in now, is really fun to write. And I remember it being amazing. And then, but once it was finished, we're in another dungeon again. And it was like, oh, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore, man. And then we moved on to the As Pure as Black, the roleplay. So
Yeah, and with the Seaside Palace, we made it very otherworldly, very magical, mystical. And I like forgot all these things until I read it. Like Will wakes up and he's kind of like wet in that puddle, and because he just fell from the ocean or whatever, and he wakes up and he like calls out like hello, and there's no echo back. There's just dead
that's
air.
freaky.
Like, that's a little freaky. I'm like, whoa, that's cool. I don't know how we would have conveyed that in the comic seamlessly.
Yeah, I don't know, but we would have done something.
Whatever. But then also a cool thing is that these windows, we made it so that there wasn't any glass. That Will, like, could put his hand
because he could touch the water, right?
through the window. It's just water. It's
That's
just
so
magic.
cool. I've always loved that concept. I always thought that was the coolest
Awesome.
idea.
And this skeleton is nice. We can't... Oh. Ooh. That's odd. Even if I touch it, no damage occurs. He's a nice skeleton because he doesn't want to hurt us. Yeah. Record. Oh, yeah. And so, in reading The Seaside Palace again, it was a good read, but man, it was a little bit over dramatic. But that's okay because, oh well, we would make it not so dramatic. But like, because at this point, we made it so that Will, he has developed feelings for Kara at this point, even if he doesn't like super admit it to her or like to other people. He knows that he does have feelings for her at this point. And so, a sign of life.
Again, like we were talking in the other stream, I think this would have been Will beginning to realize that he has feelings for Kara because he's worried for Kara. Not so much, I have feelings for Kara and I must save her. But
yeah.
You know, we would have drawn it out a little bit more, so it feels more natural and more conflicting, rather, because you know, when you get feelings for somebody, there's that like, I don't have feelings for them, that there's that like denial you have in yourself, and it doesn't happen as quick. But
like, man, in the like because I mostly wrote the part where, he interacts with Kara and sees her, and he, like, flips out, man. He is, like, hysterical. He is,
really?
it's a little ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous, and he's just like, oh my god, and he tries to, like, hold her, but he can't because she's transparent, and he, like, freaks out even more, and he, like, tries and stays with her for, like, a long time, and it's, like, and he has to, like, get up the courage to like, okay, this isn't actually helping. I need to leave so that I can find a solution. And I'm like, wow, that is way too over dramatic. Like, calm down. But
yeah.
And we decided that, where is it? It's like her spirit is looking for her body.
Right.
Like, she's just kind of, or like her, anyway, it's, their spirit and body are separated right now because of the magic of this place. We also had it so that, and I don't think that this is the case in the video game, but we had it so that Lily was also unaffected by
we did.
Because
I remember drawing Lily specifically.
Yeah. Because we theorized, we logicked our way into, hey, Lily has magic within herself. That's how she can turn into a little dandelion poof. And also we made it so that
Ivory Village too.
Yeah, Ivory Village is very magical, and she's like the flower spirit in training or whatever. Like, there's the elder person, but then she's been kind of entrusted as the next person to take over or whatever.
Yeah, she's gonna be the elder's successor.
Yeah, and so she has been entrusted with a lot of magic, and that's why she can be relatively, unaffected by this place.
Right, yeah, because it didn't make sense to us that everybody everybody
Will.
but Will was expected, and we're like, that's really strange. And Will being the chosen one isn't enough of a reason for us. So we're like, okay, well, we know Will has his sixth sense, his psychic abilities or psycho abilities, whatever. And then that's when what Hannah was talking about, where it's like, okay, well, we know Will has this one common denominator that nobody else has except for Lily. So let's make Will Lily too, because Lily also has magic. And then also it was another great thing. It's the same reason why with the Incan ruins, where it was great to have a second character kind of experience the Seaside Palace to kind of give dialogue, so that Will isn't just wandering around aimlessly by himself.
Yeah, and it gives nice moments. Like, there is a moment when they just kind of look out at the window, and then Lily is like, it is beautiful. And then Will just kind of has this moment of like, because she said a very similar thing for when they went into the Incan ruins. Like, the view is beautiful, you know, as you're standing on those cliffs before you actually go into those trap-filled tunnels. She was like, wow, it is really beautiful up here. And so then she says here, like, it is very beautiful. And then Will's just like, you always do that. And then Lily's just like, do what? And he's like, you see the beauty in things no matter the circumstance. It's cool. I'm like, that's a cool line. I appreciate
that too. Also,
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed that, like, reoccurring meaningful dialogue, you know, in stories.
Oh, Lily is tangible.
Oh, she isn't. Oh my gosh, we're so silly. We didn't remember that. Okay, well then there you go.
Well, there you go. We had a anyway.
I don't remember.
I don't remember because she doesn't like follow you around or anything. So anyway, that's just how long it's been. It's fine.
Well, then there you go. Yeah, that's just how long it's been for sure. All right, well there you go then. Then I guess it's canon.
I guess it's canon. Shows.
So yeah,
how
I guess
much
we didn't have to. I think that is maybe okay. Yeah. So there you go. That is the actual reason.
I guess she poofs and follows us, so she does actually tag along. But
right, yeah,
it's
but
not
game,
like actually
you know.
tagging along. It's like she's in my inventory.
Yeah, she's in your pocket.
My pocket. Sup? Yep, freeloading again. That's true. That is true.
It's so funny. I don't remember Lily. I mean, no wonder why I didn't remember. She pops up for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Just boop. But yeah, everybody's like experiencing strange out-of-body spiritual separation, whatever, because of craziness in the basement that we need to find the purification stone in the castle. There's also a cool moment, like, I don't know, like there's all these spirits and stuff that are separated from their bodies and they're trying to, you know, find their way, but they can't because evil magic is evil in the basement.
I think it has something to do with the like, what was it? The fountain that's all corrupted that you need the purification stone for. If I remember correctly, the people that are getting translucent and like have lost from body and spirit separate, I think that's the process of them beginning to turn corrupted into becoming a monster, so that they can pretty much be the demons or monsters of this temple to both protect it and also follow the bidding of the vampires that run this temple. I think is what it is. So we haven't seen the fountain yet for you guys, but we'll see it and you'll see what I mean. But I'm pretty sure, they're in the beginning stages of turning into demons right now, and they will turn into demons if we don't purify the fountain of magic or something like that.
And this is like the first concrete like evidence that we see of like, oh, maybe there are vampires because here's coffins. And like in the comic, what we did is, oh yay, we found the purification stone. In the comic, what we did is we made it so that like Lily went in and she's like, that's weird. It only locks from the inside. That seems like a bad design flaw. And then it's like, why would you have something to lock you in? Like, the only thing that would be useful for is, like, you know, a house or a bathroom or your bedroom.
Yeah, your bedroom or something.
It's like,
yeah.
wait.
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 When the vampires sleep, they're just like, don't disturb. You can't come into my bedroom. Funny.
And we had these random little doodads. We were like, we kept them in for some reason. I'm like, why did we keep these little doodads? They're just something for you to whack. They don't do anything. Oh boy.
If you could turn them into demons, can you turn them into angels? I don't think so, because I think the corruption twists things into a corrupted form like a demon. I don't think it purifies to ascend into an angel. I think it more just purifies to go back to your natural state of things. Like if you're human, you're gonna be purified back into a human or something. But actually, yeah, I'm remembering more and more about the game. That I'm pretty sure, yeah, because they're translucent, they are going to turn into demons. And every monster you fight in this temple, I think, was once a human.
Yeah.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, I think every demon in Gaia was once a human. Now that I think about it. Yeah, duh.
And like this, like they are closer to the basement, which is closer to the negative magic, which probably contributes to the reason that they like can't even communicate tangible thoughts, even in just
oh, that's cool. I forgot about that. That's
and
funny.
I don't think we even like brought that up in the comic. I don't remember reading about that, but I'm pointing it out now.
I don't even think we thought about that, but I think that is what it is. You're right. These are deeper into the temples, and so they're probably more far gone than Kara and Eric or whatever was.
Yeah.
So they're probably closer to becoming a demon sooner because they're way closer to the corruptive magic in the basement. Or the lower levels, rather. It's not really a basement, but...
So that's freaky.
That is freaky. That's cool. That's a detail I didn't realize. That's totally what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I do believe so. I like to think so.
I think so. There's no way that they were just got lazy in dialogue. They're just like, just make them like groan. You know what I mean? Like, there's gotta be a reason. Yeah, there's gotta be a reason.
Oh, but also keep in mind, like, it's cool that you bring up angels because there are actually beings called angels later in the game. Yeah. Actually, pretty soon after. It's like after this dungeon, then you meet the angels.
It's cool, but they're like unique. They're not like what you think of angels, like, you know, like Christian angels. It's like they're almost like elves in a weird way.
Yeah. I like honestly from the angels in, I don't know, I do kind of see just in vibes similarities between the angels in Gaia and like the weeping angels from Doctor Who. Like it's definitely not the same, but like creepy, you know, like not like life-threatening in Gaia because they're not out to kill you, but like they're off-putting, you know.
Yeah, they are off-putting. Because they don't have emotions. I remember they're completely emotionless. Also, they can't be in the sunlight. They'll just become petrified and they die. That's crazy. Anyways, here's a fountain that's all corrupted.
Fountain.
That's turning things into demons.
We're gonna use the purification stone, and then it disappeared into the spring. Yes. Purify. Yay.
I like how it goes from like black to brown to green to blue.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a brighter blue. It's cool.
I do also. Also, a thing that we did is, see, look, there's all these monsters that they're human now.
Yep, see? There you go. Now that they're purified, they're no longer demons.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Thank you. Saved.
But, Lily and Will, both as they're descending to, you know, the fountain, we have it so that both of them can hear the spirits' like voices, and they're pretty persistent of like, you know, the fountain, purification stone, find it, find it, find it, you know. And like Will is like, what is going on? And then Lily's like, oh, you can hear them too? It's like, yeah, they're freaking me out. And she's like, oh, there is a lot of activity here. It's through the roof, but I do hear spirits like often, so this isn't new for me, and I'm good at like determining what everybody is saying and blah blah blah. But
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty neat. And we also made it so that Lily could not go into the place that is the fountain. She couldn't actually enter it because it is such an evil type of magic. So,
oh right, she couldn't approach it. It was like hurting her.
Yeah.
Because she's so in tune with magic. Where Will is a bit new to magic.
Yeah, he's
right,
acquired magic, but yeah. Also, something that we did, and I do like this moment because it's not often that, I don't know, the person who is the hero of the world rebels against the person who's telling them they're the chosen one. But anyway, Gaia is like, you need to focus on saving the world. And he's like, but Kara, saving her. And then Gaia's like, too bad, you need to save the world. Kara's disposable. Like, not those words, but he gets pissed off at Gaia.
I think I remember that.
And it's actually a really cool scene. I really do like it. I think that it's a little bit over the top as far as, like, his motivations and stuff. But, like, he makes some very valid points, and I really like how he blows up at Gaia. And, so, I do like that scene.
Forgot about that. Yeah, that's really cool. I think that would be really neat. I like that scene, too, now that I think about it.
And then we did have a slave trade dude, and I don't know how, like, we made him be recognized, because that doesn't really make sense, because that was, like, last week, or whatever, you know, like, in the grand scheme of things. But we made it so that this labor trader dude was like, oh, I was arrested by, you know, and then brought here, and, you know, buying and selling human being, you know, Will is like, of course, hates the labor trade so much, and then he is just like, what the heck is that guy doing here, you know, trying to like kind of go past him, but then he, like, the labor trader sees him and is like, don't I recognize you from somewhere? He's like, no, you know, but he was.
No, you don't.
Yeah, right. And I don't know how the heck he would even, because whatever. But he makes a comment, the labor trader does, of like, in reference to how he felt when he was, you know, body separated from spirit and being trapped and not human anymore, basically. He's like, well, at least what we were doing, we didn't literally make them not human and unable to think for themselves or move on their own or anything like that. We didn't do that to those slaves. And then Will's just like,
yeah, you did.
I think you did, though. I think you did.
You kind of did, though.
I think,
like...
yes. So...
Well, like, you're a bad person.
Yeah.
You did exactly that.
So there is that happens, too.
I'm glad Will slaps him and is like, no, you're pieces of shits.
Right?
You are the same! Also, Crystal Chaos, that's really cool. I didn't know that. That's really awesome. Yeah, the angels in Gaia are like kind of their own fantasy version, so I don't think they really link to any existing religion or anything, but that is really cool. I didn't know that. That's awesome. A nice guy asked me. Oh, interesting. Okay.
I know that there is a key that somebody has. I don't.
Yeah, there's
where.
totally something like that. On the way, as a kid, I always liked that long staircase. I would like go up and down it.
Oh, wee.
Woo.
And then you'll also notice that our friends, they
are missing.
Yeah, they're not in their respective rooms that they used to be in when we were,
yeah, they're all
down.
gone.
And we didn't really cement anything, but we basically had, say, like, we're gonna go in here. Nope, nobody. I think I need to go down or something. I don't know. But I don't remember what I was saying. Wah, wah.
I don't know.
Oh,
you didn't really get very far in your thought.
I got the key.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. So, we didn't cement this, but what we kind of came up with is that the vampire couple, who is the boss of this dungeon, they, like, kidnap. At least they kidnap Eric, for sure. But I think they kind of have...
They do in the game.
Yeah, I think we had
Poor
it
Eric.
so that, like, all of the friends are captured. And they, like... And we would have, like, cut, like, okay, to Lily and Will solving the Mew dungeon. Oh, okay. Cut to... Let's see what Lance and Kara and Neil and Eric are up to and, like, how they're planning on escaping from being captive of these vampires.
I forgot about that, right?
Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure that's what we, like, were going to do. But nothing solid was ever come up with of, like, motivation or anything. Like, it was just like, yeah, let's do this. But we don't know why. But we'll figure out why.
Right, yeah, because, right, I remember brainstorming with that, but because we stopped the production of the Gaia comic, we never actually solidified anything and written anything out. But I remember we came up with that direction to go to because, again, dungeons suck to write for. So it's like having... another storyline go on next to Will and Lily, I guess, because Lily was there too. Which, oh yeah, that was making the Mew dungeon a little bit better to I guess write for, was the fact Lily is there too. But yeah, we were gonna do like this duo timeline of showing that like Will and Lily are going through Mew, and then all the friends being captured and trying to escape or something like you were saying. I don't think we ever got far enough in brainstorming of explaining why they were kidnapped and not the other ones though. I think the biggest reason why we went with that direction, or we're going to go with that direction, was because Eric in game is actually kidnapped. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
He just is, and he's just strapped to a bomb. For whatever reason. What one of the many holes in the writing that you're just like, when you play through it, you're just like, yeah, that's fine. But then you really think about the storyline and the writing, and you're like, wait a minute, what? Like, all these other people were turned from demon to human, and for some reason, only Will's friends were specifically targeted. And that's really weird. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I hope you like streaming. But yeah, it's super weird. Oh yeah, I like that the key's in a bubble.
Yeah, right. The phantom land of you lies
but yeah.
ahead.
It's really weird. It's so weird. I know we brainstormed some stuff afterwards. We never just actually written anything out.
Yeah.
You know, for later on. So it was like we'll still have a lot to talk about for the rest of the playthrough.
This is where we stopped with the Gaia script.
This right
here, man. Like, they're about to go into the dungeon, and then stop. That's it. So, but I really like Mew. Mew is awesome.
Mew is a good dungeon. This is a really, really, really cool dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Definitely one of the harder bosses, but
probably one of the harder dungeons.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I would say. I think Mew, maybe next to Angkor Wat, is probably the hardest dungeon. I want to say.
Mm-hmm. Die, you water droplet.
And as always, the music is phenomenal. Man.
I remember we had an idea of, like, I don't know, with the water cell things, these guys, they would, like, come out of the water, but then they would, like, hide back in the water. And like, I think they would, like, try to drag Will under the water and, like, drown him or something. It was, like, real nuts. I was like, oh, dang. Oh, hello. Boop. But whatever, we get to learn the kick slide thing in this dungeon, and I love that move.
Right.
It does so much damage. It's so good.
So much. It is.
And it's like fast. You just kick stuff. It's awesome.
Uh-huh.
I just want to go swimming. And we also, like, we had Will swim in the comic. Like, we were going to. Because, why wouldn't
he be able
you? You know, like...
I mean, he grew up in South Cape, you know, like a Cape Town. Like, ocean. Yeah, he would know how to swim. Even for his day and age, he would know how to swim. Like, it just makes sense.
He wouldn't be afraid of no water in a mystical place. Water's water, man.
Probably the big reason why he would want to not swim is because of the monsters. There's a lot of monsters in the water, you know. Also, yeah, Kyle Barr is right. This is not the last dungeon. This is like halfway through the game.
Yeah. Die!
The difficulty scaling in Gaia is not very linear from like easy to hard. It's just kind of random. Kind of like how the first boss in the Incan Ruins is probably one of the hardest bosses in the game. And then it's like the last boss that we did, Viper, from the Sky Gardens, is probably the easiest boss in the game for some reason. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
This is kind of random. This is definitely, like, as far as action RPGs go, this is one of the first there is. So, like, it's pretty unrefined.
Yeah.
Oh. I pushed left too much in order to try and dodge.
Yeah, no, totally. That's another great example. The vampires from this dungeon is also probably one of the hardest bosses. But then one of the final dungeons, the Sandfanger, which is like this giant centipede-looking dude, he's very easy.
He's like so easy.
It's so weird.
Cleopatra's pretty hard. Like, just because she has all those, like, projectile thingies that can hurt you.
Yeah. Also,
So-
she's really big and she's really fast, and so when she zips across the stage, she's essentially just a giant hitbox, you know.
Oh,
But
these dudes ruined my day.
yeah, the enemies in Mew are
They're nothing
probably
to
one
be
of the
trifled
reasons
with.
why. Yeah, this is I think one of the most difficult dungeons. This one in Angkor Wat, probably. But yeah, Hannah, I totally agree. Because this, as Hannah was saying, this really was one of the first action RPGs that didn't have like a turn-based combat system. So yeah, you could kind of tell it's one of the first. So as Hannah said, it's not as refined for sure.
Get
Oh, I love Mount Crest. Are you kidding? That's one of my
Mount Crest is the frickin' best. I love it so much.
good.
It doesn't do anything for the story, but
It really
it's
doesn't.
awesome.
Oh man, it is very confusing.
It is very,
definitely the
it
most
is confusing. It's hard. It's
definitely
easy to
the
get
most
turned around
maze-like.
because
sure.
everything there's not really landmarks per se to keep you grounded as far as where the heck you have and haven't already been.
Yeah, because like everything looks the same.
It's all mushrooms and vines.
It really is the most maze-like place in the entire game.
Something that I don't know, it just kind of happened this way, that I was realizing, and I think it's pretty cool, is that, of course, we only got this far in making the comic of Gaia. But then when we made when we were making As Pure as Black, there's a good chunk of it that is set in Will's world. The other one is set in Girham's world.
I would say most of it happens in Will's world.
Well,
like, really?
Well, the actual As Pure as Black book, yes, it happens in Will's world. The other one, As Corrupt as White, happens in Girham's world. But details.
Yeah, which is more made up from. It's not even very Zelda.
Yeah, it's like totally 100% just.
Yeah.
You know, Alyssa just took the name,
Concept.
the Dark World,
Yeah.
and like made it her own thing.
It's really nothing like Zelda because I actually
it's
never
not.
played any games with the Dark World in it to really know. It's more just like, oh, I'll just take this concept and I'll make it for our little roleplay, silly roleplay. But even then, it's like even outside of As Corrupt as White, which actually Corrupt as White, it's so funny. We printed these books, the 2 books, and the second book was pretty much completely rewritten. It didn't even stay canon, if you remember.
Yeah.
And then the best scenes in our roleplay, they are good, and I'm sure like they still have some of the like the cringy younger selves writing in it, but it's, as you know, everything would. But it's what happens afterwards is again takes place back into Illusion of Gaia.
Oh, thanks for the follow.
Oh heck yeah!
I just.
Oh, it's Brandon. Hi, Brandon.
Oh. Thanks from the couch or whatever.
Thanks from the other side of my room.
No, he's.
But yeah, so it's like the beginning because it's like our crossover roleplay. It was kind of broken up into 3 parts, and that was the first part, the second part. So it's the first one is As Pure as Black, the second one is As Corrupt as White, or aka the Dark World, and then the third part is Master Will, and it's where we're like, hey, what if we had this concept where Demise died, and he needed another master or some shit, and like so it was again. It started out as like this concept. I actually remember specifically the night we were like. We just finished As Corrupt as White, the printing of the book. We didn't even go back and rewrite anything yet. And I remember you drove me back to my house because I needed a ride. And we were talking like at 2 a.m. on your car, your white car, or like your Civic or whatever it was. I was like, yo, what if hypothetically, Will became Girahim's master and became king because he married Kara and all that stuff hypothetically. And I remember you're like, oh no, don't start. And I'm just like, oh, but think about it. It'd be so cool. I'm like, but imagine a world. Like, he would be able to do everything needed for a king. You know what I mean? He'd be over some of the concepts we could come up with. And you're like, I don't know. And then we started doing it, and it was the best parts of the role play for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and
it was, as well as that's definitely when we were the most seasoned of writers, as well as we had all of the character development that we had already done for these characters to back it up as well.
Totally. Yeah, because, like, when we started doing the third part of As Pure as Black, it's like the characters were so different from the source material that they weren't even who they were. It's like Will had already gone through a lot of character development in our writing for what we interpreted Will to be from the comic. So he already had, like, a pretty solid personality. And then when we started role-playing him, he became more and more Hannah's character, just individually. And then the more and more we got deeper into His Pure as Black, the less Girahim became Girahim, and he, like, wasn't even Girahim anymore. And specifically when we were role-playing the third part of His Pure as Black, which is Master Will, Girahim wasn't, I really can't express how much he wasn't Girahim. Like, he was a lot more serious, he was a lot more, like, down to business, and he kind of already was essentially turning into Zal before we even put any originality or interpretation into Zal, who he was. So it's like he was Zal before we knew it. He was Zal kind of thing. But he was still just under the name of Girahim because it was still like a fanfiction roleplay. So it was, but he was so OOC'd, and I loved him so much more. But yeah. And some of the best role-playing scenes came from there, and all of that was in the Illusion of Gaia world or universe.
That's true. That is true.
So when I say that, like, Illusion of Gaia, the world from Illusion of Gaia and all that stuff, by far took the most part of As Pure as Black, I really do mean it, because even outside of the little, like, printed books, it's like, the main majority bulk of all of the roleplay was in this game, essentially. And we did some really cool stuff with, like, revisiting slave traders and, like, conquering that to disband slavery in the roleplay. And it was, like, one of Will's main objectives because he had such a personal connection and experience when he was younger, like in the game, through the comic. Because where he worked as a slave, he got to know slaves, and he freed the entire Crystal Caves, as well as rescued his friend Eric. So it was like, Will obviously hates slavery, and so that was, like, a really big part when we made him king in the roleplay after marrying Kara. That was one of the things. They went to war with some of the countries, because, like, later in the game Illusion of Gaia that you're watching now, there's later parts in the game, I don't know where it is because it's all fiction, of course, but it's some desert area where where a lot of the slave traders come from. And so in our role play, Will essentially went to rescue that country or whatever and go to war with them. But it's all, like, medieval and stuff because it's like medieval / not medieval because it's Gaia. But yeah, we had some amazing roleplay scenes with that, and, like, I don't know, it was just really, really cool. I'm just rambling at this point, but yeah.
But I mean, like, seriously, it was really fun to roleplay all of the different locations and to expand on the story more than just Gaia. Like, make it go somewhere.
Go beyond.
Go beyond the game. But sorry to interrupt, but one of the reasons why I brought this all up is because actually Mount Cress has a huge part in As Pure as Black. Yeah. We visited that a lot, and it was really, really cool. Oh, bless you, whoever sneezed. Yeah, that was Jarom. He has
Is that
very
Jarom?
powerful sneezes.
Yeah, that's alright.
Just, yeah, sorry, in the background. No, you're good, man. No worries. Oh my
Alyssa
gosh,
says
Hannah,
you're
do you
good,
have an herb?
man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're good. Also, dude, oh my gosh, you have like no health.
I
Are
know,
you?
I know, I'm hurting. Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. My little twirly flute did not do me good.
Nope.
Nope. That's okay.
I think that's one of the things that makes this dungeon so difficult is not only is there a lot of really narrow parts that kind of trap you for projectiles, but just the projectiles in general. There's so many enemies here that have projectiles that like...
And they have lots of health. Like, they
do
don't
have a lot of
die
health.
in 3 hits, they die in, like, 7.
Yeah.
You know, like...
And then the like cloaked dudes, they teleport. So you might be hitting on them and then they're like whoop, and then the rock guys could curl up and become invincible.
Yeah. Like the jerks that they are. Oh no. He got in me. Oh no, that guy.
And it's well, the rock guys have a very predictable pattern. Again, it's like you're narrowed, you're like bottlenecked down these narrow hallways, like where you are now.
Yes.
That it's like really difficult to avoid them. And then it's like those guys, if they are given a chance to charge their shot and to shoot them, it's very unpredictable and they hone in on you.
Yeah.
And then they veer off, but...
Truth. Drawing the pins.
Ooh.
Have fun drawing
How
pins,
goes it?
brevity. The next Gaia portal that we come to is gonna be the end of the stream.
It's past 8, so I guess it'd be past 9 for you.
Yep. It's empty!
Oh, I remember this. Why? I don't... What's the
I
point?
don't know.
That's so
Well, oh, it's to show you, because there's
that
this...
the statues are crossing.
The statue up there and then the statue over there, they're both looking at the chest, and it looks like there should be something there, because there's a chest, and then there's a different area that has absolutely nothing. But there's 2 statues looking at that point, so it's like,
and you have to pick it up off the ground. I forgot that they are pointing at something, so where their eyes meet or cross is where it is. Yeah.
See here, this room. We're just gonna press.
Yeah, it's here. So it's okay. There you go. It's that line.
The statue of hope. The statue of hope.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's what it's called. The Statue of Hope.
Was there a room with the same name? Gasp.
Hint, hint, cough, cough, hint, hint, cough, 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 cough. The game's like, this is the answer, this is the answer, this is the answer.
What are you? Well, I've been thinking. It appears as if the treasure chest is in the exact same spot where you already picked up the thing. I am late to the party.
Thank you for the hint, Lily. We couldn't figure it out without you.
Maybe it might mean something, maybe not. It's a gamble. Alright, Lily. Thanks for... It just reminds me of, like, oh, I don't want that. It reminds me of, Steven Universe, The Broken Sapphire.
Oh, yeah, because, like,
She
sapphires
predicts...
are supposed to be clairvoyant,
Yeah,
and she predicts what's already come to pass. She's a little behind.
Guys,
yeah, totally.
I think there's a thing over there. Yeah, the thing I already just got. Yeah.
That's totally what it is. Thanks, Lily.
Oh, man.
That's so funny.
That's perfect. Statue of Hope. Man, that thing looks crazy, man. It's like got flowing
I like
water.
how it's a little miniature fountain.
Yeah. Dun dun. Wow. fire. Don't step in it. No, don't shoot me. Don't do it. The sun god, Rama. The ocean holds a power. What power? Too cryptic? Nobody knows.
The power of the sun is in the ocean. That makes perfect sense. It's cool. Well, I think, isn't Mew playing off of the, like, the drowned or lost city of Atlantis or something like that?
Yeah, and there is a lost city of Mew, actually. And it's very similar to Lost City of Atlantis, Lost City of Mew. It's like the same.
Oh, okay,
but
gotcha.
Just different civilizations.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there is an actual, like, Lost City of Mew.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Obviously, there's not a lot on it. I definitely looked it up. And the name is there, but there's not much more than just the name.
Oh, wait a minute. Right. I think I've seen a documentary about it.
Oh.
I think they pronounced it as Moo and not Mew.
Maybe.
The Lost City of Moo.
Just sounds like a cow. I don't like it. I like Mew
so
way better.
But
I like a Pokemon way better than a cow. Even though, Miltank is a cow.
We could be mispronouncing it. I don't know, but
I know, who knows?
But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think I did see a documentary about it.
Cool.
A while back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I totally forgot about it.
Oh, well, okay.
What happens to a lost city when you have found it? I guess it's not lost anymore. Oh, that's a dead end.
If
you remember.
A dead end. I was just wondering.
You have to go to the beginning.
Because now the water level is lowered, so I didn't know if it would like open up.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember. Hit. No, don't get me. Okay.
The beginning, if you remember, when you first enter Mew, you should have a path to go down in the second level.
So, have I already been down here? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's up. No, it's up there.
Okay.
With the weird bloop 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 thing.
With the blue bloops. Okay. Just confirming that.
Well, you don't have to, actually. You know. You're good. No, yeah, it's good to confirm.
Whee!
Remember, I'm watching the stream a little delayed.
Yeah, you are watching it delayed.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm like...
No, you're fine.
Oh, duh. You've already
done that. Yeah, you're just the broken sapphire. Oh, I just hurt myself.
I'm the broken sapphire. I'm like, watch out! And you're like, already dead. Or like, you've already defeated the enemy. Or something.
Does Will have parents? The answer is yes. His father...
kind of.
You want spoilers? His father's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, his father's dead, and Will's in denial about it.
Yeah.
And his mom died, I think, of illness, right?
Yeah, that's what we're going with. Oh, okay. He's sniping me.
But his guardians, the people who take care of him, ooh, yeah, that's snipe. But anyways, was
whatever, I'm full health.
His uncle and aunt.
And still save my progress.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, yeah, his oops, his grandma and grandpa. Grandma and grandpa are his guardians.
Oh, is it his grandma and grandpa? For some reason, I thought it was uncle and aunt. Oh, you're right, it is. It's Grandpa Lola.
It's
Grandpa Lola. Grandma Lola. Grandma Lola.
Oh, jeez.
Grandpa.
That guy.
Grandpa something.
We changed it to, like, when we were gonna make it, an original work, then we did, oops. Oh. We did change it to,
oh, right.
Uncle
and aunt. Right. When we started converting things to original, right? For the roleplay, by the way, not the comic. Yeah, that's probably where I was remembering it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Will's father is dead. But he doesn't actually know that. He doesn't 100% have confirmation, but he just was like kind of... He's just never come back from his expedition to the Tower of Babel. Or wherever he was. We decided that he went to the Tower of Babel, but...
Well, no, that's actually... I'm pretty sure that's canon.
I don't remember or not.
I'm pretty sure they talk about that at the end of the game.
Probably. I don't really remember. And I don't want to say, like, something's canon and then it's not.
And then it's not? Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we straight up also forgot that Lily wasn't affected from the,
We did. We forgot.
The Seaside Palace, so...
Oh, jeez.
But I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh.
I think... I don't... Actually, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't commit to that. I don't know.
Oh, jeez. My goodness gracious, I just want Gaia.
I mean, you could go back to the Seaside Palace.
I guess I could. Maybe that would be better.
I'm pretty sure Gaia is pretty sparse in Mew.
Yeah, you have to get pretty far in to find Gaia. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do this. Yeah. Record, please. And no. And rest a while. And
I wish to lose all my progress.
And this is totally one of those games that you quit or whatever, and then this is the screen. Like, there's no getting out of this screen. You just have to turn off the game.
Yep.
Back when games didn't have, like, fancy ways to go back to the menu, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just like, you just gotta turn it off. Oh, man.
The music is nice.
It is very I love the music of this last bit, so...
But then again, all the music in Illusion of Gaia is fantastic and absolutely phenomenal, especially for its time.
It's true. It's
so
very, very
good.
true. Well,
thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks
no,
everybody
totally.
for joining, and you know, we really enjoy sharing our past passion project with y'all. And...
Yeah, even though it's like a little tough, I imagine, for you guys, because you don't really have any context because it's not public. You know what I mean? You can't read As Pure as Black anywhere, and you can't read the Illusion of Gaia comic strip anywhere, but we're glad that you're here anyways to hear us explain our experience, regardless of that.
Yeah, so
it's awesome.
It's been fun, and it will continue to be fun, and until next time, this is Common Tenacity signing out.